I wanted to be playing a song while I started. I'm still gonna play. I don't care. Let's go. There we go. What's up, everybody? It's late night. It's almost 4:20, so everybody get ready. It's late. Sorry it's so late. I don't know if anybody's even gonna pop in. This is a late one. But I hope everybody's doing well. This is the late night stream. I don't have much battery. So the stuff we're gonna get into tonight, we're gonna have to keep it. Hopefully, I'll just go into the battery, guys, or nobody shows up. But it's 4:17, so we've got 3 minutes till 4:20. You know. But let's see, man. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, buddy? You doing good, man? Good to see you, dude. Do you think anybody's gonna pop in, or is it too late? What you thinking, buddy? I know I do have topics, though, man. I guess they found some aliens or something. You know, I guess they found some aliens, some UFO. I don't know. We'll check it out. Bunch of stuff going on in the world today. Yeah, did you post the link in the chat, bro? In the main chat? But I don't know. We'll give it a minute, right? And then if it doesn't, the actual link to the video? What? I'm trying to still want to see. What does it look like? I'm looking myself up. I want to see what it looks like with the new settings.
All right, you guys are going to tell everybody that I came through finally?
Here, get a shot of that.
I know
shit.
you're going to do it. We don't.
You know what? It's amazing. I've never had this much food in my trailer in my life, but now all I eat is chips. I'm having chips for breakfast again.
Well, fuck, why don't we come up with a sandwich company?
I'm addicted to them. They're fucking
these
good.
are treats. I know, they're good.
These little barbecue sticks.
They're good. I like the fries and gravy ones. The chicken chips.
Is it just me or does that taste like way better?
Way bad. They fixed it. I told them.
What? So let's just reiterate what flavors we have.
I don't even know, man.
I want some chips, bro. Happy 420.
We got chicken chips.
We got delicious fries and gravy.
Fries and gravy. They're like the stick-type sticks, and so are the barbecue.
We have all dressed all over.
Dressed all over. Gorgeous chips. Yeah.
These ones are cool. Sunnyvale jail spice.
Oh, jail spice is my favorite.
Those are fucking
Let's get a bag of those open.
We got the old dirty burger.
Let's just open up more chips.
Dirty burger.
Here, Ricky, have a jail spice.
God damn it.
Everybody hit the light. What the
I forgot
fuck?
about the cheesy dill fucking sticks.
Oh, yeah, cheesy dill are
Those are
delicious.
fucking good. Open those up.
Open the sticks up. More sticks, please. 3 types of sticks.
We got more. There's. Oh yeah, okay. We got
Dude,
plain.
who remembers
Those
the
in
Trailer
some
Park
fucking
Boys?
dip.
Come on, look at Ricky.
Look, Ricky drew an airplane.
Boys, we got a lot of fucking chips. Look, dill pickle.
That go.
We got a 2 weeks
We're like
supply.
we're like an empire, boys. This is coming together.
So are we allowed to sell these?
We are selling them, man.
Well, I mean,
They're like in every fucking giant tiger across Canada.
Bro, I love the Trailer Park Boys. They're funny as shit, dude. Trailer Park Boys are funny as hell, bro. I cannot get enough of them, bro. They're funny as shit. Alright. Looks like is there really only 4 people watching? So look, I've got a video that just dropped, dude. They're like super new, like within hours ago, and they're saying that there's aliens that have been discovered. Now, I kind of want to wait to see if anybody pops in. I might just smoke some weed for a minute and wait for people to pop in. But I do want to talk about these aliens being discovered, I believe. I don't know if I believe it. If anybody's watching, do you believe in aliens? Do you believe why honestly, dude, it's hard when nobody's watching, right? Alright. It did it, Ryan. It did it.
This would be the biggest discovery of all time, but we're not there yet. As Catherine Hayman said in my report, we don't know for sure that the gas is still there. We don't know for sure if it just because it's produced by plankton on Earth, it could be produced by other things on another world. However, this is, as Professor Madhusudan said, the strongest evidence yet that there might be life on another planet.
Scientists are likely to look for even larger life there. The search will be made easier when Chile's extremely large telescope comes online in 2028. News like this can certainly put things in perspective. We are on just a tiny blue dot in a vast cosmic ocean, and it appears we are not the only ones swimming.
Dude, that's fucked, bro. That's fucked.
Great news, Spectrum Internet customers. Now you can try Spectrum Mobile risk-free for a full year at no cost to you. Bring your own device and we'll pay.
Oh, that was it? That's all they had? That was kind of dumb. This whole video kind of sucks, right? I'm not gonna lie. I don't really feel like doing this. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't finna lie to you, buddy. But this isn't fun. Telling you. Their fight is nuts. I don't even feel like talking about shit. If it's just I had to like go through all types of weird shit. I had to now the monetization's on for this. Because I didn't have the monetization on. Now let's see how it goes. Let's see if it starts to go up now. Because I didn't have the monetization on. Now that it's on, let's see if they start feeding us some likes. There's Walking. What up, buddy? I forgot. What's up with you, dude? Walking. You little fucker, did you hit the like, man? Hope you're doing good, bro. I don't think I'll be doing very long because I don't know what the fuck this is. Hopefully YouTube starts to send some people my way because I didn't realize I didn't have the monetization button pushed. So now that I switched it over, maybe that might help. Maybe that might help. I don't know. I do know that Alien sent me a screenshot today. I was showing people earlier on the earlier live stream. Now, remember I was telling you I had like 27 people watching, and then it told me that there was 27, and I found out that there was 270. Well, 277 to be exact. Well, Alien sent me this screenshot that said, look, you guys, what does that say? It says I'm live. It says there's 19 people watching. There was no, when we ended yesterday's show, it said there was 24 views. if we have 19 people in a room watching, there's no possible way you're going to have 24 views. Because this is the very beginning. He said it's the end. It's not. Because look. He's asking where the link is. This is everybody saying, I'm here. Like, just getting in on the thing. Daniel Barry was just coming in. So, that being said, they were bullshitting us. They didn't tell us there was 19 people watching when we started. What's up with that, bro? That's crazy, right? Like, we actually have proof. It's just sitting right there in front of you. Like, yeah, here you go. There's 19 people in the room, but it's telling us there's like 0. So, I find that interesting. So, what do you got? Is there anything to talk about? Let me see if there's anybody that's even popped in since we talked. And I'll tell you if I'm going to keep going. Because I want to present news, but I'll just save the content for another day. Which I'm going to do. I think this is a wash. You know, I went live at a bad time. 4 in the morning, 4:20 in the morning is just not the right time to go. It's not. You know, maybe 5 or 6 would have been better, or like 1 and 12 or 11. I fucked that up. I played too much poker. It's alright. I won 26K and I'm number 1. So I don't care. Anyways, that being said, man, fuck all this. I'm not sitting here. I gave it 10 minutes. We still are at 2 people. Hit 1 if you feel as if, though, I should just give it a rest. Hit 2 if I should just sit here and drink coffee. And smoke weed. I don't know. Ryan, don't you dare give me a 0. You mother... I got content, bro. I got stuff to talk about, but man, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait, man. Alright, y'all. For real. It's telling me there's 12 people watching. It says there's 2 in the thing. I'm too baked to try to figure out what's going on right now, to be honest. And I don't care. What's up, Alex? There's some people popping in. Waiting to talk some shit, dude. I got some like UFO shit, some drone shit, some shit to talk about. I'm just waiting for people to pop in, or else I wasn't gonna do it. It's hard to find the energy, brother. How you doing, man? What's been the word? I made it for 420. I wonder where Candy's at. She was all pressed and she probably went to bed. You know? Playing GTA, hell yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Nah, I just felt like popping in saying what's up to the late night people, but I feel like it might have got too late. I was just my time sucks. I say I might be an hour and it be like 3 hours, bro. I suck with that shit. I'm not very good at it. But damn, there's 6 people watching now. I feel like if there's 6, there's probably like 26. You know. Alright. What is this? Let's see what this is. We'll talk about it.
That the United States will dip into a recession because of President Trump's tariffs?
I think that right now we are at a decision-making point and very close to a recession. And I'm worried about something worse than a recession if this isn't handled well. A recession is 2 negative quarters of GDP, and whether it goes slightly there, we always have those things. We have something that's much more profound. We have a breaking down of the monetary order. We are going to change the monetary order because we cannot spend the amounts of money, so we have that problem. And when we talk about the dollar and we talk about tariffs, we have that. We are having profound changes in our domestic order, how ruling is existing, and we're having profound changes in the world order. Such times are very much like the 1930s. I've studied history, and this repeats over and over again. So if you take tariffs, if you take debt, if you take the rising power challenging the existing power, if you take those factors and look at the factors, those
What's
changes
up, Puppet
in the
Master?
orders,
Hi,
the system,
Candy. As I was
are
getting
very,
ready to
very
end
disruptive.
it. Welcome,
How that's
everybody.
handled could produce something that is much worse than a recession.
Top banks are predicting a recession in 2025, in this year. Billionaire Ray Dalio is predicting something worse than a recession. Now, Dalio, as you would know, is a hedge fund manager. He founded Bridgewater Associates in 1975. Today, it manages around $92 billion in assets. And Dalio feels something bad is coming, something worse than a recession, as he put it. What would that be? A breakdown of the current global order. He feels emerging powers will bring down the post-World War system, and this would create major conflicts. Basically, a breakdown in global relations. I know it sounds far-fetched, but Ray Dalio has a knack for this kind of things. He predicted the recession of 2008.
How you doing,
And
Candy?
this time
Love
he says
you.
the U.S. is very close to another one.
You're saying worse than a recession. You're saying this is reminiscent of the 1930s. We should tell our viewers you correctly predicted the 2008 financial crisis. What is your prediction for where the country is headed right now?
Right now, we're at a juncture. The value of money. What is a storehold of wealth? That is a bond. In other words, one man's debt is another man's assets, bondholders. And so we're going to be in a situation where if that storehold of wealth is in jeopardy because there's too much supply and demand and so on, and we have a monetary inflation, we will have great disruptions. And that could be like the breakdown of the monetary system in 71. It could be like 2008. It's going to be very severe. I think it could be more severe than those if these other matters simultaneously occur. Imagine if we have a downturn.
Marley running around talking his shit, Candy. Whoa. Oops, Marley's talking his shit right now, Candy, that's for sure.
Worst case scenario that you're warning of. To be very specific, to put it into terms people can understand.
What's up, Matt? How the fuck you been,
The
dog?
value of money.
Puppet Master, you too, bro. I haven't seen you forever, man. How's my brother Matt, though, bro? What's up, dog?
Democracy as we
Love you, brother.
An international conflict.
Did you see,
in a
bro?
way
You
that
gotta
is
come
highly
talk to. Hold on.
disruptive to the world economy.
You gotta come talk to me, man. You gotta see what this cunt fucking did. You have no idea. You gotta talk to me face to face.
And could even be a military conflict, just as these breakdowns have occurred.
Yeah, I'll be
But
on
we have a
after
new
this. I'm not
order
gonna be
that
on too
began in
long with doing
1945,
this.
A new monetary order and a
I
new
think this topic's
geopolitical
kind of
order.
boring,
And these
honestly.
go in cycles that can be measured. And I worry about the breakdown of that kind of an order.
I mean, it's an amazing thing when you think about it. And so I think we need to understand that there is an economic system that is already moving forward in this digital age that's changing everything, that AI is only enhancing it. And we're going to get to the point where it's so much a part of our life and so integrated in our life that it's impossible to function. And that's not really a problem until somebody says, but if you want to continue to be part of this program, this is what you have to do. And we saw it in a minor expression during COVID, didn't we? that if you want to work here, you have to submit to this injection?
He's damn right. Look, during COVID, that was a test trial. Everybody knows that. That was literally a trial run to see how well they could control everybody. And everybody were good little boys and girls. Everybody stayed in their house. The majority of the people wore their masks. The majority of the people stood 6 feet deep. 6 feet deep, 6 feet apart, right? Most people didn't see their families on holidays. If you had a baby, most people's families didn't get to see their kids. You know what I'm saying? They were good little sheep. Everybody stayed inside. Not me. Everybody went and got that one little thing on their arm. You know, that one thing. You know, that one stuff. They got, because the government told them to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Yeah, they've got everybody under control. That's for sure. I feel like that was just like a beta test, and we failed miserably. Now the UK and some other countries, they stepped up and they did their fucking thing. But the US, we rolled over like, not we, the country rolled over like little bitches, dude. Stephen Harris, what's up, man? Yeah, probably did, bro. Honestly, anybody that fucking believed that shit is out of their fucking mind. I'm not gonna get into the topic, but, I wish I could, but I can't. Nah, there's no... Oh, there was a dot talking on the video, bro. It was the news announce. It was the news lady. She was a dot, bro. Yeah, you did hear one walking. Yeah, you did, dude. She was a dot. For sure. So, that being said, if that were to happen again, would you guys fall for it? Sean Bond talking about alien artifacts. Dude, what about that shit we were looking at earlier, Alex? Did you see that? Did you see that drone video? I think you left too soon, man. Where that supposed, they were showing the drones and they showed that shit that fell out of the sky and landed in that car garage. Did you see that video? Dude, you think so? Dude, that was the most, closest shit that I could tell you that I could see, because I seen it myself. I wish we would have played it when we talked about it. I found it after we had already talked, dude. You saw a sphere. Yeah, I'm about to show you this video, dude. You don't think it's dope, dude. The video is dope. Right? I almost quit. And then everybody popped in. I was like, I almost fucking quit, bro. I almost didn't do the show. Oh, Marley, here's your food. My bad, son. I did. I'll show you the video, dude. We'll talk about it because it's really interesting, honestly. Because these drones and these orbs, we were talking about it earlier, these drones and these orbs, they're government, man. And remember I said they came out and already told us that that it was a military experiment, and they literally said it was a test. What is the test? What were they testing? Who are they? Why were they testing us? Let's take one. I haven't taken one yet. We can do a gummy break before I start it. We'll do a gummy / you missed 420. What time is it? We got 40 minutes till 4:20, the next one. No, it was from the show earlier. We were talking about earlier. Here, and I'll take a, oh no, not one of those. That will keep me up for a long time. You don't want me to take that. Alright, I got these THC tablets. I'm gonna take one of them. Alright, now we down. Alright, so look, man. I've got this, where is it at? Hold on. I've got this video. I gotta re-find it now because I erased it. But it was super dope, bro. I'm telling you. Is this from earlier? This might be it right here.
In mystery drone sightings in the Garden State late last year.
This is it.
And near major airports in some other states. The FAA says it
Remember,
plans to
guys,
similar
if
tests
you go
in
to my
Mexico,
YouTube channel,
North Dakota, and Mississippi.
I've got videos of me filming these outside my house. I'm by Patterson Air Force Base, which is the biggest Air Force. It's bigger than Area 51, dude. People think Area 51's the one. No. It is Patterson Air Force Base, and that's 45 minutes for me, and that's where I be seeing drones. Go look at my shorts.
Later this year.
They're unsure who's operating the drones, but they suspect whoever it is filming them at the same time. Tanya Esparza captured these images of the drone. She and her neighbors tell us they did see a small red flashing light on the drone, leading them to believe the drone was recording images. Washington State use of drones
what up,
and
brother?
model aircraft is prohibited in areas where there is a reasonable expectation of privacy.
We were getting ready to head to work, and there was a drone hovering right above our house, and it was there for at least 20
isn't the
minutes.
video I was going to
When
show
I took
you
my
at
phone out
all.
to take pictures of it. It scooted over a couple houses down and hovered there for a bit. And it was pretty unsettling and felt like a big invasion of our privacy.
Neither Tanya or her neighbors filed reports with Spokane Police. We also did reach out to the Spokane Police Department. While they don't know for sure, they say it is possible that these could potentially be SPD drones hovering around the neighborhood. They tell us SPD's air support team is used for tracking suspects, searching vehicles, looking for vehicles, missing persons cases.
Bro, I told you they were using that shit to surveil us. I knew part of it was. Wait till you see the other video. I knew we were being surveilled. It was for surveillance. I said it earlier, dude. Oh, you're from Dayton, Alex? No shit. That's what's up, dog.
Well, heads up, large drones are flying down the shore, but officials say there's nothing to worry about.
The FAA is testing its drone detection abilities. They're operating several large drones and more than 100 commercial drones near the Cape May Ferry Terminal.
So I'm trying to grab my coffee.
According to President Trump, the drones that caused a stir last year were authorized to fly by the FAA, though President Biden has not confirmed that.
Don't be surprised if you see drones flying over South Jersey during the next several days. The FAA is testing large drones and about 100 commercial off-the-shelf drones. It's part of a drone detection test being done near the Delaware River and Bay Authority Ferry Terminal in Cape May. In December, people reported seeing mysterious drones in the night sky, leaving many worried. It was later determined some of those sightings were misidentified
Everybody
planes.
smash the like if you haven't, please.
Your membership is more than just a card. It's your gateway to
At the Cape May Lewis Ferry Terminal, out of the ordinary action in the air. They will see things that they haven't seen because this
All
is
right,
testing
wait till you
that's
see
new.
the new one, because what
is
they're
using the
showing
terminal
us is
property as a
nothing what it
drone
really
detection
is.
testing ground. Several large drones and more than 100 of the smaller off-the-shelf variety will be launched here, flown over the water and near the ferry terminal through April 25th.
Drones can launch from the back part of our green behind the terminal and be immediately over water. So there's no, threat to, residential housing.
Sources say there's no connection between this testing and the widespread drone activity that led to hysteria last year. The White House later revealed those drone flights had been authorized by the FAA for research and other reasons. The work here is part of a larger effort to test drone detection systems at both airport and off-airport locations to not only measure their effectiveness, but also to determine if the technologies might interfere with FAA or aircraft navigation systems. The University of Alaska Fairbanks is heavily involved in this sort of research.
We are working on safely integrating.
Of course, University of Alaska Fairbanks. You know what that is, right? What's the University of Alaska Fairbanks? Anybody help me out in the chat? Help me out. Come on. If y'all know about anything, what's there? HARP? HARP? That's literally from the University of Alaska.
Drones with manned aircraft, traditional aircraft, in the airspace.
The operations will only be happening during daytime hours and on weekdays. Authorities say if you have a drone, don't fly it around here when the testing is underway. Safety is the main priority. Upwards of 40 people are taking part in the testing, some from very far away. Officials say their stay provides a pre-summer boost for Cape May County. The economic impacts for this type of activity are immediate, and then there's also long-term. A Jersey Shore transportation hub helping to make the skies safer.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying.
Okay, first off, research? What type of research are y'all doing on us? What do you mean research? And then they're saying hobby and flight. Okay, wait till the next one if they don't show it in this one.
In time,
You tell
it got
me
worse due
that's
to curiosity.
average
this
person.
was not the enemy. A statement from the President of the United States to start this briefing with some news. And with that, I will turn it over to questions.
But before that hearing, members of the Senate Armed Services Committee and officials from the Pentagon met in private. We're told that briefing focused on how the military is responding to drones. Remember these? Last year's dramatic increase in drone activity all across the Northeast. NewsNation's Rich McHugh was covering it then. He's covering it now, joins us live. So, Rich, what are we learning about today's meeting?
Hi, Nicole. So the Senate Armed Services Committee met with members of the military. The meeting lasted about an hour in a very sensitive area of the Capitol building. We spoke with senators on the way out. They were very tight-lipped about what they discussed. Senator Tommy Tuberville, we asked him what was discussed. He said drones. We asked, did you learn anything from the Department of Defense about those drones over the Northeast in New Jersey? Here's what he had to say. He downplayed essentially that these were anything
one that
but
looks like that.
personal or local drones. Take a listen.
My daughter receives $1,800 a month for caring for me at home. She's finally getting financial.
We're going to run into that when you sell them over the counter. You're going to continue to have problems with that. You hate to put regulations on all that, but eventually that's going to happen when you have more and more access to the bigger drones, the drones that go farther, cameras, have different things on them. They can be very dangerous used as a weapon. But again, it's all about catching up with technology, and again, anything that's unmanned can be used in a lot of different ways, as we're seeing overseas.
But here's the thing. The chair of the Armed Services Committee did not downplay this. Senator Roger Wicker of Mississippi made the bombshell claim to CBS News last week that the Pentagon and the national security advisors are still mystified about the drone activity last year. And after key revelations from the NORAD Northcom Chief General Gregory Guillot at the previous Armed Services Committee.
If you haven't hit the like,
drones,
smash the like for me. Let's get to 25 if you can.
The primary threat I see for them in the way they've been operating is detection and perhaps surveillance of sensitive capabilities on our installations. There were 350 detections reported last year on military installations, and that was 350 over a total of 100 different installations of all types and levels of security.
Now, what these officials are saying essentially runs contrary to what the White House apparently told us back in January. They said that these drones were authorized by the FAA. The FAA, when I asked, directed us back to the White House.
Thanks, brother.
All right, so Rich, you were in New Jersey speaking with law enforcement officials there throughout all of this. What are they saying?
I checked in with them again this morning. Two of the sheriffs that I've been in regular contact with said they've stopped seeing these drones. They still see the planes, but they've stopped seeing the drones, and they're kind of upset about the lack of information that they've been given. I spoke with Sheriff Sean Golden. He's the sheriff of Monmouth County, kind of the epicenter of this whole ordeal last December. Here's what he had to say.
I think in this day and age, particularly in a post 9/11 era, particularly in an area of threats and risk assessments, when we have an agency withholding information like that and not telling their own federal partners that were involved in this and not telling state and county and local officials what was happening, it really is disturbing to me, and something needs to be done. And I'm going to continue to push Congress for reform, and obviously there needs to be some accountability on this.
Well said, dude. That cop was legit. That cop was speaking the truth, man. There needs to be some transparency. And the fact that the government's holding back and saying they're not telling us anything, and the local police don't know what's going on, and they're being called and they're being messed with because they have no clue what's going on, but we all know it, like they're telling us it's an experiment. Now, this is a joke because they're saying, oh, we have these small, like, I think these small drones that they're using that we were looking at, I think they're using to surveil us. It's obvious what they're doing, you know? But when you're looking at drones, we're not talking about just an average drone like they're trying to make it sound like. I mean, these new drones are orbs, dude. They disappear and they come in. I'm going to find the video. We're going to watch it. And I'm going to show it to you. And you guys can go into my actual shorts and you can see when I show you this video, the exact video that you're going to see, I did on my cell phone. And you can go check it out for yourself. I've got a couple of them. But I'm going to find the video and we'll watch it because it was such a good one that it's worth rewatching again to those that give a shit, because it was actually a really good one, dude. Here it is. Hold on. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is, guys. This one's a really good one. This one says it all, in my opinion.
New Jersey and a mystery in the sky.
So I'm going to give you a little background too. So this is really dope video, you guys. So there was actual supposed object that's a mysterious object that fell from the sky and went through a garage, a car garage, and you'll see they're trying to say it was extraterrestrial. So they're trying to use that Project Bluebeam, or they're trying to give you some sort of disclosure, and they're slowly doing it. But if you know anything, you know it's our government. So the people that we're talking about that are extraterrestrial are our government, in my opinion. So anyways, I'm going to show you and I'll give you my reasoning here. Here we go.
Really loud. Magnolia resident Denise Carreco says it was enough to wake her. Neighbors were on edge.
This shit's crazy, guys.
The big bright light and then the big bang. It was big.
There are plenty of questions right now about a mystery object that came through the ceiling of an auto repair shop in southern New Jersey. Whatever it was comes as the memory of widespread drone flights as it's fresh in many people's minds.
Questions are swirling this morning about a mystery object that crashed through the ceiling of an auto repair shop in New Jersey.
Listen to this, you guys.
In the roof at SNL
Look at
Automotive.
this.
The shop's owner thinks the object may have come from space.
An out-of-this-world mystery in New Jersey.
Look at this.
An unidentified object slamming into this auto repair shop in the middle of the night. The fireball tearing through the building, leaving a gaping hole in the roof, smashing into the workspace below.
Yeah, Christy, everybody's talking about this. So the owner of the automotive shop came in here. He said things felt a little bit chilly. Something didn't feel right. He walked all the way over here, and then he looked up, and you won't believe what he saw next. In the small town of Magnolia in South Jersey, there's a lot of talk about this. Around 2:30 Wednesday morning, residents were woken up by a loud boom. When Sebastian Leonardo arrived at his auto body shop in Atlantic Avenue later that morning...
Is that... Oh, it's Zaza. Hi, Zaza.
When employees climbed up to look at the damage to the roof and ceiling, they saw where the unidentified object made impact.
A sizable dent in a thick steel gauge box. Yeah, and so that's when I went to my cameras and I found all the videos and realized what had actually happened. You know, it's like a giant flash outside and then the impact in here.
Surveillance footage from cameras in and outside of SNL Automotive show the moment that something collided with the building.
You eventually see like a giant fireball come through the ceiling and then everything come flying down the roof with it.
Several doorbell cameras at homes around town captured video of the incident. Here's astronomer Derek Pitts of the Franklin Institute.
There's a bright flash, there's a boom, there's a hole, and you know, that's 3 out of 4 things. If we had one more thing, like an item that we could identify as being extraterrestrial, then we might say it's something from space.
It comes just months after hundreds.
Okay, now here we go, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Shutting down airports and
hold on.
Conspiracy theories. The FBI investigated, but ultimately found nothing sinister. Still,
Really?
The FAA is now launching a weeks-long.
Look at that. I've got video of that right there in my fucking YouTube channel right now. No, there's something sinister. I've got it. I've got it, dude. I've got that right there.
Aerial detection
I've seen it like 20 times. I've got so many videos of them.
And the testing program, expected to begin today, will look into how drones may interfere with aircraft navigation.
And guys, this is that debris that we're talking
Hi,
about.
Zah, love you.
Quite a bit to go through. Meanwhile, people keep hearing about the story and uploading more and more videos onto the Magnolia Facebook page. We're live tonight in Camden County. Jessica Cartalia, Channel 6 Action News.
Yeah, I love that we can always rely on Derek Pitts to give us the reality check. All right, Jessica.
It comes just months after hundreds of drones were spotted in the skies across New Jersey.
What the heck?
The sightings shutting down airports and sparking conspiracy theories. The FBI investigated, but ultimately found nothing sinister. Still, the FAA is now
Look at that. Come on, dude. You're telling me that's a drone? Y'all telling me that's a drone? Look, that's a drone. I mean, that looks like a orb to me. So if that's an orb, then our government has some capabilities that are just unreal. Which that's what I believe it is.
To make sure drones like these don't disrupt commercial flights in the future. The testing program beginning today.
For the first time in months, drones are back on the public radar and hovering over New Jersey skies. As the FAA studies drone detection systems on the Jersey Shore, a project the government says it launched years ago at airports around the country, but now is expanding to off-airport locations like this ferry terminal to ensure safety between an increasing number of drones and aircraft. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says it's all about national security.
The FAA is doing this to ensure we can properly detect drones in our airspace.
Watch,
they're going to interfere with aircraft navigation systems.
The FAA says the work has no direct connection to the swarm of drone sightings that recently prompted national hysteria.
So that's the airplane, but look at that.
So they're telling us that they have no connection? What's going on? What's going on? We'll look up the artifacts,
Blanket of
Alex,
skies
after this.
From Maryland to New Jersey,
There's a lot of panic in the area.
causing consternation.
I
at
think you
diners.
got some UFO artifacts, dude. They're saying that that object that came through that garage was a UFO artifact. There's like 3 or 4 of the thing criterias to say so.
The federal government knows way more than what they're revealing to people. And frustration from lawmakers. Then, in the first days of the Trump administration, this revelation.
Listen.
Drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and
For research. For research. I know I keep bitching about it, but for research. What's the research? Why are they researching what? I swear to you, I think it's surveillance. I really do. I do. I think it's for surveillance, man. They straight told us it's for research. They said it was not our military, but who is it? And why are they doing it? There's no transparency. And how you doing, Miss Candy? Love you, girl. Zaza, love you. Good to see you.
With this off-airport testing, the FAA says it's using about 100 of these off-the-shelf drones, in addition to a couple of larger drones, too. Now, it's only taking place during daylight and weekday hours. With all the
See, like, these aren't the same drones, dude. Like, this drone is not the same drone. Look, this drone right here is not the same drone we were watching that was an orb flying around as a big, giant light.
Law enforcement and medevac services.
That's 2 different things, man. This is not, like, what are they doing? Are they trying to, like do it like a dog and pony show? Like, here, check out this while we're doing this? Like, I'm confused.
Sightings that have been reported. At this time, we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but, at no point were our installations threatened when this activity was occurring.
Can you rule out that these are American drones or U.S. military drones?
These are not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
You mentioned the White House and the administration did share a bit of their assessment of what these drones are, but we know lawmakers are being briefed on Capitol Hill and members of the public. This isn't really, sitting well with them. They aren't really kind of taking this explanation for those that really saw these drones with their own eyes. So what would you say to them?
Well, again, I definitely don't want to minimize the significant interest and the concern that people have. But again, I think in the way that you now have this modern technology and the ability, you could go out of here right after this briefing and go and buy a drone and you could fly it around your neighborhood. And as long as
you could, but is it the same thing? Come on, man. You're talking about us flying a little drone around or an orb that's flying over your house that turns on and off. Like, really?
you're flying it appropriately and not in restricted airspace, there's nothing.
I don't know. I don't dig this.
So again, just providing some perspective here, and I think
you're right, Alex. Hamas does use drones to spy. They do use drones for war.
The joint statement that we put out highlighted that the assessment in terms of what these reported sightings could be in terms of a combination of lawful commercial drones, hobbyist drones, law enforcement drones, as well as manned fixed-wing aircraft. Again, don't want to minimize it, but I think it's important to understand, too, just the volume of drone activity that will likely only increase into the future.
I'm going to leave it at that. He's saying it's going to increase into the future. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of who watches the X-Files. Does any of y'all watch the X-Files? Did you guys watch the X-Files when they came back and did like maybe 10 episodes, maybe 5 or so years ago or something like that? Do you guys remember? Well, they predicted, Alex Jones was on and he did one and he was talking about drones. And that's what it was about. and everything turned into AI. And the drones were their surveillance. And there was a scene where Scully and Mulder were in a restaurant. Everything was AI. So there was AI cooks, AI servers, AI everything. And they didn't tip the AI. And the AI was pissed and linked up with the drones. And these drones surrounded Mulder and Scully's house. And it was like they were being surveilled. And it's like, dude, a lot of the stuff that happened on that show really did come to fruition in a way. Like, the writer of that show works with the CIA and other operatives. So it's really trippy that a decade ago or something, less than a decade, I don't know, they talked about exactly what we're talking about right now as we speak. I find that absolutely crazy. But yeah, why are we not getting no likes? And Miss Candy, yeah, let's smoke. I'm down to have a smoke. I'm seeing what else we got here too. Is there anything else like we want to talk about? I'm still like really on this drone shit, really, but it is what it is. Psychotist Liz cross channels. What the drones are, and yes, I saw the X-Files. So you know what I'm talking about? The scene from the X-Files? Let me see if I could find it. I wonder if I could find the actual scene. Let me see if I could find the drone scene from the X-Files. That'd be really cool. I'll try to show you guys if I can. Alright. Here we go.
I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3
And
years,
I found I think I found an Elon Musk video too. Cool. Hold on.
Well, Black Mirror
Can you hear me now?
with its highly anticipated 7th season, and its first episode has already left
Oops, sorry guys. Sorry. I opened up too many videos. Sorry. I opened up too many videos at once. Alright, here's the X-Files one. He's being attacked by the AI because he wouldn't give him a tip. And he's being attacked by drones, dude. Hit the like, V. What you doing there, girl? The whole house just he's surrounded, the whole house surrounds him in drones. Surveilling him. And they all have notes on them, and they all came from this restaurant. It's just really trippy that we're talking about drones, and they were so on it, dude. Like, if you watch the whole episode, it is, like, on point with what we're doing, with what they're doing. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just found another video, though. What the fuck is this? I guess I found something. I don't know. Let's see. It has Elon Musk on it. So it's something with Elon Musk.
Well, as they are also impressed. The new series of Netflix's hit sci-fi anthology opens with an episode titled Common People. It stars Rashida Jones as a school teacher named Amanda, and it follows the tragic aftermath of her character finding out she has a life-threatening brain tumor. Now, we won't get into the weeds of the episode right here, but it's left many fans feeling bleak, and one ex-user warned, quote, "If you watch Black Mirror, don't start with Common People." Now, I have to say, there are a lot of episodes in Black Mirror that are
Did you guys get into Black
I
Mirror?
did read the synopsis of this episode.
I heard that it was eerily so fucking like on point that it was eerie. Is that true? Did you guys watch Black Mirror?
I do know what happens. I haven't seen the new season yet. I love Black Mirror.
I love the X Files, Candy. Hey, Zah, that's why I love fucking. That's why I still don't ever rule out everything, because I want to believe, Zah. I love the X Files, dude. But you got to question everything. But I do love the X Files, and I do love the idea of there being something out there, you know? Black Mirror is a show, Alex, on Netflix. And it's like really based on what's going on in real life and what's to come. It's foreshadowed a lot of stuff. It came out during the scamdemic.
That's the whole series.
Yes.
So
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
It's
So
You don't want to see
also,
me.
you can't stop watching it, you know?
1000%.
Yes.
It really makes you think. So
Yeah,
just a warning.
I'm going to be diving into this one, I think, this weekend.
I'm anxious to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
I mean, I think you can't entirely put the genie back in the bottle. I think that the tricky thing is going to be how it's used. It's a really powerful tool, but in the same way that the tools in Photoshop are powerful tools, they're still useful if a human is ultimately operating them. But I think that's what we want to see as people. I think that you want to feel a human connection with what you're watching or reading or listening to, and I think if you completely remove a creative human from that pipeline, then what have you got? You've got a product. You've got something that's just synthetic material, which I just don't think would fly. It's easy for me to say that. I've got a vested interest in saying that. Maybe I'll be out of work tomorrow and replaced by something.
Look at his eyebrow. Holy crap. That thing looks goofy. Look at that eyebrows, man. What's up with them eyebrows, bro?
Can use artificial intelligence to
Damn.
clone voices on the phone.
It's literally a matter of dragging and dropping audio clips into this program.
That's it.
As a way to scam loved ones or colleagues who think they're talking to you.
Hello? Crazy busy. I forgot my corporate card.
Oh no! But as technology advances, the scams do too. Experts now warning you can't always trust what you see. Take this case in Florida. The owner of a title company, Lauren Albrecht, was trying to verify the identity of a woman who was selling property.
Margaret?
And luckily, caught on.
After the second pause, I realized this is 100% a video playing on a loop. It is not real.
Her first clue?
Margaret, can you raise your right hand?
The fake person could not. That's a red flag, but not every scam gets caught.
We are seeing horrible extortions that are happening to individuals, to grandmas, to grandpas. We're seeing
I
CEOs
swear to you, Ryan, I
organizations.
feel like that's what was happening on the other server, bro.
Hani Farid
With
is a
certain
professor
people.
at UC Berkeley and co-founder
I swear to you,
of
dude.
Real
It
Labs,
reminds
which
me of
works
like
to
some
detect
socialized
deepfakes.
shit.
So let me share my screen here.
We asked his team to show us just how convincing AI can make a video call using material of me they could find online.
It's about 7 seconds, okay?
Hey, sweetie, can you pick up milk, eggs, and cereal at the store on your way home tonight? Thanks. See you later tonight.
Oh my. These pre-produced videos trouble
My
enough, but
gosh,
Farid
that's
says there's more.
scary. Yo, that's really scary, you guys. I'll continue watching it, but that's really scary that they can really do it so much to the point where it's like, I mean, they've made it to where there's nothing is real anymore. Like, you can question anything. Like, you could have, it used to be if you had video, it was like almost concrete. You had a tape recording, that's like almost concrete evidence, right? Now nobody believes that shit. You can now basically get caught, and I think they do that for more the elites. You know, when they get caught, when they do things like a lot of the rings that they have, the ped rings and stuff, I think they do that so that when they do get caught, there's no like, you could say that's a deep fake. That's not me. That's a recording. I think that's really a real thing. I mean, it's very scary. I think it could really. The NASA hat's over there. Dude, I can put the NASA hat on considering I am talking a lot of space stuff, even though I kind of stopped. I will put it on, but it doesn't match. It doesn't match what I'm wearing, though. It doesn't match what I'm wearing. Man, I got you. Just for Za, I'm putting the NASA hat on. Just for Za. She hasn't come in forever, and we are talking about some, like, NASA type stuff, I guess. Even though NASA has nothing to do with it. Do I have to bend it a little? Alright, I hate this. We love you, Zaza. Anyways, so, this is creepy shit, man. What we're watching right now is really creepy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm stealing it. This is life or death. You love it? Do you love it, dude? Zod, do you notice to the thing we finally are monetized? Does it look? It doesn't look as J as I thought it would. I thought it was gonna look so tacky and like shitty, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't look as bad as I thought, and that's pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about that. Anyways, I can get back to the video we were watching.
I can do is in real time on a video call like this one, I could be a deep fake.
We're trying to sound an alarm, and we're also trying to urge our lawmakers to do more to regulate these dangerous technologies.
Is it possible that this Black Mirror scenario to become a real one in a few years in Hollywood? Maybe you being Brandy in reality. I think that this may have crossed your mind. Possibly.
I think we're hopefully very far from this ever being a reality. I also don't really understand why anyone would want to do that, you know? We've got Casablanca and Brief Encounter.
What do you mean, dude? You're kidding me, right? You know the Black Mirror is a reality. You know what the hell you're doing. It's predictive programming. Get the fuck out of here.
As they are. So why would you touch
Bitch is lying.
Okay. Speaking about what crossed your mind, what were your thoughts when you read the scenario? What were your first thoughts?
I loved it. I mean, Black Mirror is always original. Charlie's such a genius, and he dreams up these completely singular, unique realities and situations.
These singularly unique realities that seem to keep coming true.
These people find themselves in, and but even so, I thought that this episode in particular really stood out and almost like was a standalone experience. I think that the fact that at its heart, it's a love story is really beautiful. Yeah, and I didn't feel like I'd watched or seen a Black Mirror episode like it.
I think we've got sort of new, weird and wonderful ways to sort of mess our characters up. It's not all completely bleak this season, so we're mixing it up a little bit. We've got that'll be a surprise to some viewers. We've got a lot of sort of weird and wonderful stories. We've got stories where people enter old films. We've got a story where people enter old photographs, literally sort of walk inside Polaroids, and we've got subjects that we've never tackled before.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy if you could have the technology. Anybody in the chat, where would you go if you could grab a picture and hop in that bitch and you could be in any place? Where would you go? That's a crazy one. Like, what would you do? Like, if you could hop in a picture and just join in. I'd probably go to Woodstock. I want to go to Woodstock. That might be one of my top 3. I don't know. I can't think of anywhere else I would rather be than Woodstock, I think. That's something I always wish. I mean, what else is that, you know? Anybody? Like, some people might want to actually go to the space station, maybe, Some people might want to go back to the Abraham Lincoln, his famous address. Some people, I don't know. Everybody might have a different view of what they would do, but that's pretty trippy. That would be a trippy thing. And I wouldn't be shocked if they not have the I do know that there is supposed time travel to where you can go back and relive those times, but I don't know if they're actually true. Listen to a lot on Art Bell. The story's cool though, but let's dig into this. Sorry.
So hopefully people will enjoy this, or at least tolerate it.
It will be more than tolerated,
Yeah.
trust me, Charlie. Now, Emma, got to talk about your character and your episode. So it follows a Hollywood actor played by the brilliant Issa Rae. People don't know, she created a show called Insecure. She's the president in the Barbie movie. She's fantastic. So she plays an actor who's given the opportunity to star in a remake of a 1940s movie. You play her co-star, who's actually an AI version of the original actor from the 1940s. Typical Black Mirror. So what more can you tell us about the story?
So I sort of, I mean, you did a fantastic job of summing it up, but I guess it's sort of, it's Black Mirror in all the ways that you'd sort of expect with delving into questions about AI and technology. But in this episode, that kind of serves to sort of explore a love story and put that at the centre, which when you talked about, like, how the series...
We will not stop talking about it.
Very sweet.
I've just seen that one, but you've seen more episodes, and now, like, we are...
different, right? Not like what you'd normally expect,
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. Charlie, this was actually the first one.
This is kind of like lame, I guess.
The one with Emma in. It was the first...
But you gotta understand that this show is showing so much, you guys.
Yeah. Well, quite often I find, often I've got a sort of concept that I've got knocking around.
I would say this would be like a newer version of the X-Files times
I
10.
I wanted to do something about, originally I wanted to do something about somebody restoring an old black and white film using some technology, and they discovered they could talk to people in the film. And I thought that's a good, creepy idea. But I couldn't work out quite what the story was. And then I thought I would make it a film about somebody, a story about somebody who gets thrown into the lead role of a Bond movie. I think those are already parodied. And then I watched Brief Encounter, which I'd never seen before. I thought, let's make it a romance.
Right,
So
this is
sometimes you
kind of
can't
gay, I
tell. It starts over
guess.
here, and it ends up over
I'm sorry. Yeah, this video is getting kind of boring, not gonna lie. Alright, well, I would say that what I got from that video in particular is that AI can be very creepy. These deep fakes are nuts. The stuff that they can produce, I don't believe anything, and this just didn't help at all. You remember when Gary thought that me and Ryan created you? Remember that shit? He's like literally, this man really thought, remember Gary from the show? Gary thought that me and Ryan created this person to fuck with him. He really did. He really did. We had a friend of the show literally think that Ryan and me, of all fucking people, me and Ryan fucking created a female to fuck with him. What the fuck? And what's really crazy is, dude, it probably happens and did. Dude's not all the way wacky. The only difference is me and Ryan didn't do it, and the person that he accused was a human. But at some point, he's not going to be wrong. There's going to be that fucking problem. That's so scary, man. You could be accused of anything. How would you be able to, defend yourself? I find that crazy. Watch Jesus die on the cross if you could time travel. I wouldn't want to watch Jesus die on the cross, but that's a good one, dude. That's a deep one, dude. Watch Jesus die on the cross, man. That's a deep one. I mean, if that's the case, then shit. I kind of want to see the Red Sea gets parted, bro. I wouldn't mind seeing him resurrect. If that's the case. Hell, we would know if the Earth's flat or not. The flood. Would you want to go that far back? I'd be scared. Personally, I'd be scared to go that far back. No way would I want to go back past where I could carry a Pum Pum with me. I don't even want to go to the 1800s. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on the 1800s. If I could go back and relive any moments, it would probably be like the mid to late 90s. That's where I would go back. Before all this deep fake, before all this shit, when we were able to live life like normal fucking people. If I could go back, I would go back to when there was really fucking cool music, cool concerts, festivals. There was very little security. You were able to party without being recorded. There wasn't cameras everywhere, so you got to really live your life. And I feel like the people now are being dragged away from being able to live their lives because of all the technology nowadays. Now, on the other hand, with the beautiful thing of technology is we're able to talk right now and do this show and get this information out. We're able to talk to each other from all around the world, face to face, every single day. So there's beautiful things with technology. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type deal, you know? So, I have a love-hate relationship with technology, as everybody knows. Yeah, dude, could you imagine seeing Moses parting the Red Sea, dude? That would be crazy, dude. That would be nuts. I would want to see that. I would. I want to see it. You know, I'm trying to think of what other good moments that would really be. I don't want to go. I wouldn't choose the moon landing. I wouldn't. No way. I would not. I think that would be a waste of time. They would send me straight to Canada, and I'd be stuck in the desert of Canada. That would be my time travel. I would hop in and I would land on the fucking desert of Canada. I would be like, damn it. I thought I was going to the moon, but now I'm in Canada. The fucking worst place you could possibly be. Fucking Canada. What you want, little dude? Mars wants attention. Damn, Ryan, today it got busy, bro. We definitely had a nice little run there. I don't know if it's gonna pick back up or not, but we had a nice little run there, Ryan. Like a real nice run, to be honest. I would say thank you to everybody. I wish everybody would hit the like, though, because finally YouTube let me unleash some people into the chat, man. Not chat, but into the show. So we need to get more likes and more people to comment, and then we get this shit going, because they're finally giving us some viewers. Thank God. It's about damn time, YouTube. Thank you. But I'm trying to think of anything else. It's like, do I want to keep going? Do I find another good video and keep going? Do we smoke some weed, do another video, or do I call it a fucking night? What do y'all say? If there's people watching, I'll stay up. If there's not, then I'm going to go ahead and, I got 27% battery, so I could keep it going for a little while if y'all want. What y'all want? What y'all want? It's on y'all. It's on you guys. If I'm gonna have this hat on, I've got to put my hair back. I can't. Alright, there. I can't have my hair all hanging like it does my hair dirty. Alright. Man, y'all are quiet in the chat. Hit the damn like. Y'all be quiet as shit in that chat. Let me give it one last run. See if there's anything left in the damn tank. If not, then we'll call it a fucking night. Ryan, you still awake, Bubba? There you are. Yeah, get that chat going. Everybody start chatting it up. Get this shit going. This says something's happening off the coast of California. Let's see what it is.
Surprise, which is something I've never witnessed, was a light I noticed on the horizon, but it looked as if it were surfacing out of the water and going up. They all executed at the same time, leaving. It's not like three of them left.
Look, if this is where I think it's going, this could get interesting. Because honestly, I think if there is UFOs, they're coming out of the ocean. They're coming out of the water, dude. They're coming from the bottom, dude. And I hope that's what this is, dude. I've been waiting.
And then one was kind of like a little behind them. No, they were all in sync at the same time.
Just a few hours ago, this shocking account from an enlisted crew member aboard the USS Jackson describing the unexplained incident that he saw himself off the coast of California just last year.
I saw a light, and it was a decently bright light. So when you've been on the water as long as I have, you know the difference between an aircraft carrier's lights, a difference between an oiler's lights, a fishing, a cargo ship. It's what we learn when we freshly come into the Navy, especially as an operations specialist. We have to learn silhouettes, we have to learn lighting structures, things of that nature. It's just part of what our job is. Being senior enlisted, it's become part of very basic elementary things that you have to know when doing your job. Kind of learning the basics first, and then, applying what you experienced throughout your time, and then kind of coming up with your, solution as what you're seeing. So, watching this light emerge from the water at a distance and then go into the air with a solid light, no blinking or anything, I've never noticed that and witnessed that ever in my life.
That's crazy.
They're like, no, there are no flying saucers from Mars.
Right.
Well, of course, they're not from Mars. They're not from another planet. They're from here. They've always been here. These are spiritual entities. This is my view, and
I agree, Tucker.
I mean, it's clear that these things reside.
I agree with Tucker. His opinion, I stand with it a lot.
Deep in the earth, under the water, and in the atmosphere. I do think all the puzzle pieces are sort of in plain sight. So, what is it?
Are you looking to start your own business?
Look at this crazy broad, right as I'm getting all into the video.
Yeah, right? That's what everybody wants to know. What do you think it is? So it is a machine that is able to outpace, outmaneuver, and outperform anything that we know of that's been made by technology and terrestrial nations. Now, say what you will about that. I don't know who operates these. Unfortunately, it's not the United States. How do you know that? That's a long, how long's your show? Yeah, but essentially it's because we are seeing them, filming them, documenting them. A lot of people have come forward with me to Congress, including whistleblowers. Unfortunately, these are not black projects of the United States. There's no fingerprint of
I don't believe that at all.
China.
Who believes that? Come on, you really believe that that's not us, but it's happening here?
Be from another planet than an adversarial nation, because if it was an adversarial nation, then their ability to weaponize that technology would be unprecedented. Luckily, we don't see a fingerprint for that. So Russia, China, all these nations have been excluded by the Department of Defense as the individuals making this. So that leaves a big question mark, which we're uncomfortable with. Where is this technology from? Who is operating it? And what's the intent? And right now, we don't know the answer to that. Congress is
I like David Whitlock.
The people have testified that we reverse engineer NHI, non-human technology. They've testified in front of Congress. Yeah. David Grush, Commander David Fravor. If it's true, then the way we understand the world is smaller than it actually is.
And this isn't Antarctica we're talking about. This isn't some far-off land. This is right here. I mean, look at where we're talking about here. And this is San Diego. We
Spotted by a
San Clemente Island.
freaking Air
Camp
Force
Pendleton
base,
right
dude.
there.
Come
And
on.
This is right in our area.
And this is a pattern of protected areas where things fly with impunity in these restricted airspace. In 2004, the Tic Tac UFO. In 2019, the UFO swarms around 10 Navy warships in this area that I obtained and released with George Knapp. A ton of corroborative visual footage, radar, thermal, IR.
I like George Knapp, first off. And all these things he's naming, the pill thing, I don't know about that one. I remember that. You guys believe this stuff so far? I mean, where are we standing with this? Am I boring you guys with this? Because I don't know. I don't believe in it very much. But it is what it is. I do believe that there's stuff coming out the water, but I think what they're telling us is just this is absolute nonsense. No way is this the truth. Go.
They pattern 2004, 2019, and now 2023.
What is it about that area? Did you say it's protected because this is by Camp Pendleton? Is that why?
Well, these are warning areas. Our military is out in this area. It's a restricted area.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of people that live not that far from there that think, okay, so does this mean that alien ships are flying above our coast? What do we do about this?
This UFO phenomenon has been here for a long time. This is not something new. It's nothing to worry about, but it is something that we need to face head on, and that's what Congress is trying to do, is get people to get past the stigma so we can know and understand what is this technology and who is operating it and what is the intent.
Now, we're joking on a lot of this, but you actually say this is something we should take seriously. Why?
Well, remember, I live in a state, I live in Las Vegas, and last year we had a 10-foot tall alien in somebody's backyard, and that
was bullshit. Fuck, I just erased the video. The 10-foot alien that was spotted in somebody's backyard was not a 10-foot alien. They already disproved that. Remember the alien that was supposed to be spotted at that mall in Miami, Florida? There was no alien, dude. Not at all. Dude, pizza sounds fire right now. I'm all munching out. I ate that edible with candy. And then I'm about to smoke with y'all. And I'm fucking hungry. And when you said pizza, my whole brain just left the thought of... anything. I'm hungry now. So I'll probably go for 8 more minutes or something. 10 more minutes. Let's smoke a little bit. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to find. What else is there to find? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Let's get our smoky on. I'll look for another video while we smoke. I'll see if there's anything else. Has there been any ads at all so far? We could watch some of that as just comedy relief. We could watch some of Jelly Roll just talking. He's fucking hilarious. We could watch some of that. And if it doesn't, no one likes it, then we can stop. But his stories are hilarious.
I'll never forget, we almost got in a fight because I was beating on my cell door rapping. And one night he was like, just shut the fuck up. And I was like, fuck that guy in cell 223 trying to talk shit to me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, just talking shit. The next day we became homies.
Oh, wow. And why is he called Scary Larry?
Because he's ugly as a motherfucker. Scary Larry is so ugly, dude. He's the ugliest friend I have by a lot. But listen.
by a lot. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Bring up Scary Larry right now.
God damn. You're not going to get no satisfaction because you got to see the new Scary Larry with the skullet. You got to see
skullet?
Yeah, I talked him into getting a skullet.
What is that,
This is
bald
Scary
on
Larry,
top
though. That's
and then-
Scary Larry.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah,
Let me
Scary's
see.
been around, dude.
Yeah, Scary Larry was hanging with us at the gay chicken spot.
Yeah, Scary Larry's the guy, dude. Yeah, Scary Larry's the homie. But now, you know, he's bald on top. I talked him into growing in the skullet. And it's fire. The skullet's kind of fire.
What do you mean a skullet?
Yeah, it's like a mullet. It's like if you just started growing your hair out and just the back fell.
Like fucking, like Father Time, dude.
Okay, it's a mullet.
Father Time's got the skullet.
Nothing on top.
It's the reverse.
Yes, the reverse.
It's the complete, it's the polar opposite of fucking the Schultz guy.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing.
Yep, Scary Larry's been with us forever. The Boston, I mean, we're all still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, still fucking same old shit, dog. I just don't know the other 52 people on tour. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know them, but I don't know them. You know what I mean? So.
That's crazy. That's the hardest thing for me, letting go of creative control. And you do that a little bit when you have 60 people that are all putting together that show.
Yeah, for sure.
That's tough.
Yeah, 100%. It's also like, but I'll always be jealous of y'all, though, because none of that shit matters in your world. Like, y'all motherfuckers flying with 5 of the homies and fucking go. Y'all don't even do a mic check. You just trust that whoever's out there's got it under control.
Nah, bro, now we got to do that. And
you're going to do a line check?
You know what?
Yeah.
I want to show the midget story. I'm going to show the midget story only because nobody saw last night's show.
Can you tell me about
So,
Can you tell me about
White trashery. And I'll go for it. Like the other night, we played Bridgeport, Connecticut, right up the
Ryan
street.
loves
Okay,
himself
now,
some
I
midgets,
guess.
right? I'm going to play the midget story because nobody got to see it last night. Press 1 in the chat if you already saw the midget story. If you haven't, then you guys are going to laugh your ass off. If you have, then I won't play. But I don't think most of you guys saw yesterday's shit. Do you guys want to hear the midget story? It's funny as fuck. If not, I can end the show, but I think it's really funny. No? You guys don't want to hear it? I'll play it. We'll see if it works. If not, fuck it.
May was so awesome. It was the first time on the whole tour that I got drunk. Well, the first time I got drunk on the tour was the night before tour started. We had all our stuff set.
Oh my God, dude! Tail wagon.
He walks. He looks up at us, and I'm like, "You want to go on tour?" And he's like, "Yeah." No hesitation, Alex. No hesitation.
Hold on. I gotta go back because you gotta hear the beginning. Hold on. About right. Here we go.
Can you tell me about Can you tell me about Little Ron? Little Ron?
Yes. Oh, dude, the midget we adopted. This is so awesome, dude.
This shit's hilarious, guys. Smoke up. This will make you laugh your ass off.
Charleston, West Virginia, of all places. We're at a casino on a day off. And I get the casino to take the shuttle bus down to where this hibachi spot was in a strip mall connected to a Walmart. That's where we are in America. And I'm like next to the Walmart hibachi spot smoke store. It's all like 25 of me and the crew. I took us all out to eat. We're coming out. We've been joking for years that if we ever found a midget or a little person, that we were going to hire him on the spot and make him our tour manager's assistant. His name's Ron. And we were going to call the midget Little Ron. That was our plan, right? We joked about this on the bus, smoking weed and eating edibles for years. And Scary Larry, one of my friends since we were in juvenile hall together, who's on this tour with me right now, walks over to the smoke shop and he comes out smiling. He goes, "He's fucking in there. He's in there. He's in there." And I go, "What?" He said, "One of them is in there right now." One of them. And I go, "One of what?" And I look in and I go, "Holy shit, it's Little Ron." And I to the dudes and I'm like, "Yo, Little Ron is in here, y'all." I was like, "Little Ron is in here," right? So Little Ron comes out of the smoke shop right then. 25 of us erupt. We cheer, right? And at that moment, it's kind of make or break, right? He's either going to flip us off or just kind of walk off. He throws his hands up. he embraces it, right? And then we start chanting, little Ron, little Ron, little Ron. He gets all excited. He comes over to us like a little puppy, just all tail wagging, just fucking, he's all fucking up, right?
He's talking about this.
Tail wagging.
He's talking about this midget like it's a dog. And you got to understand, Ryan was talking about wanting to catch a midget the other day like it was a dog. So this is very coincidental. It's fucking hilarious.
he looks up at us, and I'm like, you want to go on tour? And he's like, yeah. No hesitation, Alex. No hesitation, dog. He goes, yeah. And I go, like, right now? He's like, yeah. He's wearing a Burger King shirt. And I was like, I'll pay you whatever Burger King pays you. I'll pay you more than whatever Burger King pays you, and I'll give you living. And when we're not on tour, I'll get you a place in Nashville. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, do you need anything? Do you want to send you get your car service to take you home to get your stuff? He goes, no. I'm ready to go. This is great. This is the truest story I've ever did. He gets on the shuttle bus. We go straight to the casino. I give him $500 in chips to gamble with. Take him straight to the crap table because I thought that's where I'd get the best bang for my buck because I got to watch him go. Through
the sky.
He was throwing grenades. It was just... We're having a ball, and he gets on the bus that night to go to the next city with us. And for a year, Little Ron works for me on tour. We carried Little Ron with us for a calendar year, dude. He turned out to be the tour manager's assistant. I didn't know his real name until he quit.
What was his real name?
Chris. So now we call him Big Chris. Yeah, that's the truth. He worked with us for a whole year. He went back to Nashville. We got him outfits and stuff. I bought him a bunch of Titan
Why'd he
gear.
quit? He had to make toys for Santa, or what?
So he had a girl that he was fancying up, and some ex-girlfriend came back in the picture, and I think they ended up having a kid.
Oh, beautiful.
So I know he's got like three, four kids now. I don't know about
Bro, it's funny because we were talking about yesterday when we were watching this. We were like, I was like, dude, do you think midgets have like the same size like junk as like a normal person would? And we're all having this conversation before we're ever watching this. And then they bust out the conversation. I'm like, bro, we must be some sick bastards because we had the same fucking conversation, dude. So I'm going to finish this up. I don't know if I want to watch I'm just going to watch a little bit more of it and call it a night. I feel like everybody's bored.
I should ask. I will say this. There was this one girl that knew him that came to a show one night. I'm haunted by this memory. And you know how certain things happen, you watch and you're like, I'll never forget that, and that sucks. And this is it. He walks over to the girl, and she's like, it's my ex-girlfriend. He's drunk, by the way. Lil Ron was a raging alcoholic. And Lil Ron goes, just takes a shot. And we'd make him carry the handles of liquor. I love it. He looks at this girl and he goes, am I still the biggest you ever had? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, are you telling me little dude got a dick on him? I was like, is that what I'm hearing?
Are their dicks regular size like their heads?
I'm telling you, man, he talked about
there has to be, because some of their bodies regular, like their heads are normal size, but their dicks might also be normal size, right? Right? That's possible.
Listen, I know he talked about it like he was working with something. That's for sure, dude. I mean, he brought it up all the time.
Black midget, white midget?
He was a little white guy.
Damn, Alex. Damn, bro.
You didn't actually see it?
No,
y'all didn't look at his dick?
I'm sure somebody's seen it, but I've been to jail, man. I'm not big on
What do we got? This guy come on. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. That shit comes out of a submarine, bro. There's no way that is an actual...
So that's crazy.
Oh,
Jesus.
That's 0.5.
They're looking at a midget's dick right now, bro.
No, that's
Come on. Look at the bottom. You see the bottom.
That's not me, bro. That's Mark.
That's Mark.
Oh my God, I didn't. Take this off the screen.
You pack it, bro.
Dude, nobody's commenting. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all just watching? The shit ain't funny?
This shit up?
Wait, I guess.
Oh my God, dog. Wow. I never thought I'd come on the Flagrant podcast and see a midget cock.
I can't believe that you didn't look at, or at least try to see how big
I'm
it was.
disappointed. Pecker peeping is frowned on in jail, so I stay away from the pecker peeping.
All right, fair
Hey, I
enough.
like that.
I want to hear this
This
story
is
from his
hilarious.
side when he's like, yeah, these guys just kidnapped me from my Burger King job and wouldn't let me go for a year. Like, can we call?
I wish I had his number. I'd call him right now. I tried to start a campaign in the group chat for Tor the other day to bring him back, but the night I got drunk in Bridgeport, I was like, I miss Little Ron.
Was he good at his job?
I gotta pee.
They said he wasn't.
They said he wasn't.
They said he wasn't good at his
I
job.
like that it's a conspiracy. It's like, those other people.
Yeah,
but I
like
knew
the
he was
people
good.
I thought he was great, but I can't judge people too much on their job because the guy he worked for was not impressed. Does that make sense? Yeah. But I thought he was killing it. Every time I needed something from him, fucking it was awesome. He was the best energy. He was never sad. You know what I'm saying? Or it never made me sad. I'm telling you, it was like a puppy. It was like having a dog on tour. Every time you
He's like having a puppy, like having a dog.
Never made.
Would you call him? What would you?
I brought him on stage to take shots all the time, and he was great.
Really?
Dude, he partied, man. He was a lot of fun. And I use the word midget endearingly because, like I use the word bitch endearingly.
Yeah.
Because he said it. He called himself a midget. He used to joke about
It's
it.
like I use the word
He's like, don't call me no
nigger.
fucking
You know,
little
I
person.
use
Don't
it
belittle me like that.
'cause
I'm a fucking midget. He
it's a
was
fair
like,
word.
I swear that's what he said. He said, don't belittle me like that. He said, I'm a fucking midget, dude.
Bro,
He had a whole rant
you
about
ever
it.
heard that story about Daniel Tosh? When he went into a meeting with Comedy Central, he was like, can I bring my security? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. And he walked in with 2 security guards, sunglasses, suits, and they were both dwarves.
Oh, that's fucking
And they just
awesome.
stood behind him the whole time, and he never
Ah!
So he sat there in the meeting, and the 2 midgets were just behind him, just standing there. And he was like, just in case anything gets out of control, I got my guy. And then did the whole straight face. Unbelievable. That's what you need, bro. You need dwarf security.
Listen, I would take one I would hire another dwarf today just to have him on tour.
That's so
God
funny.
forbid we find one that knows about road work and can actually do something, because you can almost get hired just having that disability. You know what I'm saying? With
He was more getting by on his midgetness than he was his skill set.
For
Is
sure.
that what you're
And
saying?
his energy.
And his energy.
But like, what would they be good at on tour? Like, what would be?
Scurrying. They're really good scurryers. They are, right? Did you see him rush to go get something? They get it
What
quick.
they tried to do to this guy, it was so petty. With the tour manager would make him carry the soundboard case every day.
Wow.
And it was like watching this poor guy drag a dead deer carcass. It was the soundboard was like he'd have to hold it. Was like it was so bad. And I was like, y'all are evil, man. You know what I'm saying?
Could you imagine hiring a midget and just having a midget at your expense?
They were fucked up, kind of, when I think about it.
Damn, I would have thrown him out every night to fucking crowd surf.
Toss him from the fucking stage.
I love how they talk about it like it's a damn football. Like it's a doll. Alright, so that was funny, right? That was a funny little bit. I thought that was a funny story. Thanks, Jelly Roll. Let me get this massive shit, man. Bro, I don't like that fucking. But yeah, thanks, Jelly Roll. That was a funny skit. Not skit, but story. He's a funny storyteller. We're gonna have to break. I still want to break down the Kanye West when he was on Drink Champs. Bro. I want to watch that shit because that shit was fucking crazy. That's what I want to watch at some point. Is there any ideas you guys have? Let me know in the comments. I wonder what would be like to own a midget. That's what Ryan wants to know, dude. Ryan's on this whole midget kick. If I could only fucking find the exact spot, I would play Ryan's little rant about his midget the other day. I would play it for you if I knew where it was exactly and I didn't have to go through it. But, you know, Ryan sits there with his little fucking stick, his little wand, right? He's got this little wand, and he sits around, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to catch me a midget. I want a midget. I want her to be 3'11", and I'm going to catch her. And then we decided, oh, yeah, we're going to get Reese's Pieces like it was E.T. or some shit. And he's going to have a box with this little stick and some fishing line. And he's going to put, am I right? Tell me if I'm wrong. So far I'm right? And you're going to take the Reese's and you're going to make a little trail. And then you're going to yank the line. And that's how you're going to catch it, right? And then we're going to get him a little dog clicker. That way he could train it. You know, he said he was going to buy it a little step stool so it could jump on the bed and shit. It's going to be fun. He's like really obsessed with it. So then when we saw this story, it was like, wow, Ryan's a sick bastard like these bastards. It's his fetish. Ryan's a midget fetish. You'll hear way more of it because I'm not letting it go. Trust me. You'll hear way more of it. But that being said, man, I really had a beautiful night with y'all. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Y'all be good. Inhumane, right? Inhumane. But y'all be good. Have a blessed one. I'm out. God bless. Peace. 3'11".